Hello, this is Chuck Frey from InnovationTools.com, and this is a summary of some of my key learnings from day one of the CoDev and Open Innovation Conference, which is going on this week in Phoenix. First of all, crowdsourcing communities can inspire a tremendous amount of passion from the community members. One of the examples that we heard of that was from Local Motors, a company that is crowdsourcing auto design and manufacturing. And they have a large community of several thousand very passionate designers who compete in contests for car designs or car component designs. Some of the large consumer products companies that are represented here also talked about how their worldwide networks of scientists who are now starting to collaborate using online tools can become very passionate as well. These are people who love to invent things, and they love a good challenge. And provided that these people have direction, tools, senior management support, and the ability to communicate and collaborate effectively, clear corporate objectives, well supported, they can become very passionate and really help drive open innovation. Another key learning, expanding open innovation across business units and expanding geographically can be very challenging. You have obvious cultural and language barriers to deal with. Most companies seem to be handling this by employing a hub and spoke model, where the hub is a small centralized team of innovation experts, and typically what they do is go out to the business units and discern from them what key business problems they want to solve. Often these are customer related. And from there, that central innovation team does the technology scouting, looking for potential partners, looking for potential technologies that they can license and so forth. They also tend to do the deal making. And once the relationship has been formalized, then it's turned over to the business unit for implementation. More often, as companies become more mature, they move away from this hub and spoke model and try and drive peer-to-peer collaboration rather than having it go through a central point, which can obviously slow things down. But most companies are still at that very early hub and spoke stage, and it seems to be a very efficient way to get things done in the early stages of open innovation. Communication is critical at every step, especially if you're dealing with different business units, different cultures. If you have a large multi-divisional company where there have been recent acquisitions, and that's certainly the case with many of the large consumer products companies, you're meshing different cultures, many times different languages, and you're dealing with change, which is difficult for people. They're comfortable with the way things are, and now you're asking them to accept ideas from the outside. Often this engenders a lot of fear and uncertainty. Am I going to lose my job if we start accepting ideas from the outside? Will that replace me? Or do I really have the support of top management to look outside for ideas? I want to make sure I do that before I actually go ahead, because I don't want to get my hand slapped. So communication, constant communication, is very important. There's also opportunities for changing roles as companies begin to move further along the maturity continuum of open innovation. For example, project managers can become mentors, helping to educate, evangelize, and guide crowdsourcing communities, or perhaps manage external partnership relationships. So there's a lot of change going on here. There's a lot of evolution taking place in the open innovation space, and I can't think of a better place to keep up with those changes, to understand what's happening, what's working, what's not, what key strategies some of the major players are employing, and the from the trenches stories, the successes, failures, and challenge. The speakers here are very open in sharing their experiences, and that's a wonderful thing. They're not trying to sugarcoat anything, and that increases your learning, obviously. And they really delve into some of the softer issues that become some of the sticking points in open innovation, things like dealing with cultural differences, managing expectations, and cultivating external relationships with other companies that have different cultures, different expectations of what they're going to get out of a deal with you, and vice versa, what you're going to get out of them, and how you're going to support each other in a sustainable relationship. A lot of issues to deal with, but this conference, this CoDev conference, is a wonderful place to learn about all of this, and I look forward to day 2 tomorrow.